Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host, and this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. This time, let's go back about 53 years, 52 years, whatever. Take a look at this. Beware the claws of the cat. Yes, the cat, #1. Marvel Comics. She stalks by night, introducing Marvel's newest action bombshell. The hour has come for the cat to strike. How did a beautiful girl gain the uncanny powers of a killer beast? Amazing origin issue. And this is a great montage image cover drawn by Marie Severin and inks by Wally Wood, as is the interior art. Yes, The Cat, #1, 1972, from Marvel, was written by Linda Fite with art by Marie Severin and Wally Wood, and the first appearance of the Cat. And this was the Greer Grant Nelson was her name. The original series ran for 4 issues from 72 to 73. Later she became the more feline character Tigra as part of the Avengers. And the suit was passed on to Patsy Walker, who became Hellcat. And there are certain similarities, if you notice, certain similarities in costume appearance to that which was later created for Wolverine in his first appearance in the Hulk, just a couple years later. But here we have. Notice this is had some kind of printing error on it, which kind of blotches the dark blues. It was the blue was printed on top of the black ink, rather than the other way around. But I don't think, from some of the images I saw online, there weren't like that. So I assume it was just some that were printed like that. Okay, let's go in and take a look. Great splash page, great cityscape in the background with the wonderful figure of the cat front and center. So beware the claws of the cat. Of course, with Marie Severin pencils, the whole thing. One of the reasons I had kept this particular, I think I had 1 or 2 other issues, but they've gotten lost over the years. But one of the main reasons I kept this is because I just loved the artwork in here, and it is a pretty good story too. I really enjoyed rereading it for the first time in many years. And this is the cat doing her stuff on the outside of a building, almost struck by lightning, falling, and this is basic introduction to some of her capabilities, and she's climbing on. Just marvelous pencil work by Marie Severin, and then with the inks of Wally Wood on top of that. And of course, Marie Severin has always been a marvelous artist. She has always been pretty much in the shadow of her more famous brother, John Severin, but they were both very accomplished artists, and going back to the days of EC Comics, and as did Wally Wood himself. So they, even though in the EC days, Marie was primarily a colorist, she did a lot of coloring and penciling and a lot of the ad work for at Marvel in the 60s and 70s, and so she. Wally Wood's inks just helps add more of the moodiness, and he makes the wonderful Marie Severin pencils of the cat even more lovely. So here she's at the building. She catching in, a big old goon grabs her. She makes quick work of him, and the other guys, other goons with their guns, and she they don't stand a chance against her. And she's going, "Where is he? Enough chit chat. Where, boss? Now you tell me where I can find it." And it's the big goon, the big bad guy she's after. But then she's gassed, and here is just some extremely lovely figure work here. This particular figure and this one here, just gorgeous. Then while she's out, this is when we get our first flashback to just a couple years before, when she first met the cop Bill Nelson, and they started. They dated, got married, yada yada yada. She dropped out of college. She was a college student at the time, and dropped out of college to get married, be a housewife, yada yada yada. And while they're out one night, when Bill is off duty, they come across in the middle of a drugstore robbery. He draws his gun to get the crook, but he didn't see the crook's partner, who shoots and kills him. There Greer is there she is alone. She didn't finish college, trying to get work, but she has the more like lab experience and stuff. All they ever want her for is like a secretary or something. Then she happens across one of her professors. What was her name? Tomolo, odd name, and she hires Greer as her lab assistant, and they're working together on this particular project, whatever it is. And she's back, and she's all tied up. And here we come, the big bad. "Hey, quiet, boss. Hey, she's got the same cat uniform as Shirley." "Quiet, fool. You think that isn't obvious? You seem to have made the same mistake as your mentor, Dr. Tumalo." And this is Mal Donalbain. He is the big bad. And makes a point of pointing out here several times, oh, he's very wealthy and power mad, and really wants to control people. But it also points out that he is maybe a germaphobe, but maybe not. But in any event, he is definitely has a phobia against being touched, so no one can touch him. So much so that while they're going to put this mind control collar on her, she bumps the guy, and he bumps into the boss. The boss gets so angry, he gets his giant goon, who has a mind control collar on, beat the crap out of the guy who stumbled into him. Meanwhile, Cat gets free, and she has to go toe to toe or claw to claw with the big goon, and gets away. And she's climbing up through the vent to a shaft on the roof. Then she makes it look like she got out. Then she went back down into the building. Then we have our second flashback to while she is working for Dr. Tumalo, and Tumalo was working for what was his name? I forgot his name already. The bad guy, and doing on this particular project. And now she's having some second thoughts, while she's working on this test subject named Shirley, who is supposed to process is supposed to increase her strength, her stamina, her senses, including a sense of empathy, and almost on an almost psychic level, and reflexes, and agility, etc. And while she's doing that, she's also doing it with Greer on the sly. And Greer is a much superior test subject. So then finally they're going to do, this process is complete on Shirley. They give her a test, but Dr. Tumalo she's observing it from hiding. She doesn't, because they're supposed to be, this is a secret test. Get Shirley, she put the mind control collar on her. She didn't know what it was. Now she's totally mind controlled. And she goes into action using her capabilities, including climbing and of course, put this cat costume on her, but the mind control thing makes her very slavish, and she so much so that she's not even using reasonable caution, which results in her falling to her own death. And Dr. Tumalo is horrified at this. She is looking around and finds a whole cabinet full of these costumes, cat costumes. She takes one and takes it home. She goes to, and she and Greer are here in Dr. Tumalo's office. Oh, it was terrible. I saw this happen. Said, well, we've got to go into hiding. I'm going to go get a bag, pack a bag. You put the costume in the safe and call the police. But while she's on the phone to the police, goons show up from the big bad guy, and they, just as Greer's returning, kablooey! The place is, a bomb was set, falls down, and Dr. Tumalo is fatally injured. And but Greer gets the costume from the safe, and then she goes after, puts it on, and she goes after him. Now we're back in the present, and she's cat sneaking around and taking out the goons as she goes trying to get to the big bad guy. And there he is with his big mind controlled goon. He's and they spot her. And she's there. The goon goes after her, and she throws him into some equipment, which gets kablooey, kablooey. It kind of explodes, blam, 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 and he's just blasting away with the gun, blam, 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 while the place starts going up in flames. He runs, she goes after him, and then suddenly all the power's out. No power, no lights, and he's horrified. Oh, the lights, I can't see. He said, I can see you perfectly, Mal. Are you as afraid of the dark as you are of being touched? And he can hear her claws coming out, and the clicking and clacking. He's horrified. No, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. And finally, he does himself in rather than be touched by her. The lights come back on. The place is going up in flames. She gets away. And so, I don't know if I did the right thing. Maybe I should have gone to the police. Maybe I didn't have the right to avenge the deaths of Shirley and Dr. Tumalo in this way yet. All our plans for the betterment of womankind. I did what I set out to do, and I did it well. But have I misused my powers? Have I become a stronger woman, only to become a poorer human being? And next, the owl and the pussycat. I kind of remember that. So, that was great. That was a great read. I really enjoyed the story. I like the pacing, the storytelling, the origin story being told in flashback, so that you can get right into the action right at the very beginning. I think that was very well crafted, and of course, you just cannot rave enough about the great artwork of Marie Severin and Wally Wood. And remember, said that they had known each other for years, having come from EC Comics. And just a year before, they had worked together on the first issue of Kull the Conqueror. After that, Marie's brother John took over the inking duties for the rest of that run. But they worked together and did marvelous work on that first Kull issue as well. And I love both interpretations. Just some marvelous work, and by some extremely skilled artistic craftsmen. Well, that's all I had to share with you this time. Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments down below. Have you ever read The Cat? Because there weren't very many issues. What about Hellcat or Tigra? Any of those? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, comics are art.